Hello everyone, today I present to you this week's free and claimable salvage yard robbery vehicle, the Invetero Coquette. It's been a long time since Rockstar has decided to give us a free vehicle from that business to claim, a few months to be exact, but here it is. It's based on the Corvette Stingray, specifically the first year version which came out back in 2020. But it does have a lot of aggressive options that could easily mimic the ZR1 and the ZR1X. Also, if you want to just do a simple Z06 build, which came later, I believe in 2024, you could easily recreate that as well. But what I want to do here is kind of mimic the 2026 ZR1X a little bit here. It's not going to be completely accurate since, again, this came out like 5 years before that version. So I'm just going to do my best to keep it clean. Add some aggressive parts here and there that are, not too crazy, not too bad. But what am I saying? I mean, that is the craziest version of the car. Of course, I want to, make it special, but nothing that's too out of too weird looking. But finally, now that I'm all caught up with with the chit chat, the customization here is okay. I really cannot complain at all. I mean, the textures are pretty nice. You really do have a good amount of parts to choose from. Also, the liveries, they're very well done. You could easily, try to recreate the ZR, not the ZR, the Stingray, which did come with stripes. And not this type of graphic, however, it was just a simple stripe. But if you want to do something unique, of course, you could do that with these liveries. This car really does an excellent job. Cause look, I mean, they're well made. But if you were to ask me, I personally just leave it off. I really do not feel like adding any stripes for this version. So, and on to the paint. The paint, I want to do a yellow. I do not recall the name of the actual yellow on the ZR1X that came for that car. But I'm just gonna do a yellow for this. I'll probably add in the screen the name of the real yellow, that I'm trying to mimic here. So let's just go for a simple one. This does have a secondary as well. I do not remember what else it's tied to other than the wheels. The wheel design, it's meant to mimic the lower trim levels, but I feel like they didn't do such a good job at the design. It is simple, but it just looks way too low profile for my liking, so I'm gonna change those wheels in a bit. You could change the interior color here, but honestly, I don't feel like doing that. I'll just leave it as a black. And nothing would clash too well with the yellow. For the roof, I might just remove the top. You also have your nice carbon there. I already have one of these in my garage, in my other garage, so I'm just gonna take that off for fun. Then you have your roof scoops here. Now, I do not remember there was anything on top of the roof that I just took off, so I'm gonna go back and check real quick. Honestly, I completely forgot about that. But let's go double check one more time. It's just a simple scoop here in the rear. But I'm not gonna add that. I'm just gonna leave it off. And for the skirts here, you only have very few options to choose from. Not different styles at all, unfortunately. Only one. But I personally do not mind it. And I feel like it's something more to add to the car's aggressiveness. And for the wing here, the spoiler here, you could add pretty large wings as well, and they do a good job of looking similar to the car that I'm trying to go for here. But it all depends on your taste and how aggressive you want to go with a customization. I feel like the racing wing is a bit too high. I might do the street wing. But here are a few other different options here. The competition is very large. I feel like it's meant to mimic the GT version of this car. A very limited, you know, race spec. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the carbon street wing. And let's see. You also have these sun strips, but it's not my thing. I'm just gonna leave it off. What else? And the suspension here, you can go very low. I mean, that's up to you. If you like going low, that's cool. But me personally, I feel like it's already low enough. I'm not gonna add any. I'm not gonna lower it anymore. Let's see. And up next, the wheels. This part is very tricky because there's a lot of wheels that can work well with this car. But again, I want to mimic one of the wheel options on the ZR1X, so that's what I'm going to do. But as I said, there's plenty of other wheels that just look very good on this car. For those of you that like the Super Lux, well, there you go. But let's see, I might put on some Mercies as well. But let me just check that real quick. But if you're into the aftermarket styles, I mean, you're gonna have a good time because there's a lot of wheels to choose from. But I really like to mimic or just to recreate the factory style looks, so that's what I'm gonna do. It looks pretty good in its alloy form. The Forge Star and the Modern Mesh, both of those look pretty nice. But again, I'm gonna choose the Forge Star for now. And I believe I'm just gonna make it a bit more dark to just look similar to the actual car. So for that, I'm just gonna do a stone silver, which is not too dark and not too light. It's right perfect in the middle. Of course, I'm gonna put on the bulletproof tires because you know I have to. I'm obligated. You know, as I play in these public lobbies all the time. And for the window smoke here, I always recommend the light smoke because it's the most realistic. And it also shields the character from the sun. But if you like dark tint, then I mean it's up to you. And up next, detail and texture quality here, I feel like it's okay. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but I do appreciate some of the detail there, like the rubber seams. The interior, this has been seen before in other vehicles such as a Nero. But you know, I feel like it fits the vehicle. I'm just not a fan of the little white bits. And I also do want to mention that there's like a little piece there that's kind of glitched out in the center console. And back here, this is the start of the show, of course. You have that beautiful V8 engine there, and of course a little trunk. But overall I feel like they did a very good job at you know, getting close to the car as possible. And now for the driving experience. I feel like the driving experience is pretty fun. Of course, this car's not very competitive and probably not anymore now that it's been in the game for about 5 or 6 years. But still, I mean, you're gonna have a blast. You're gonna have a good time. If you love to cruise around and just drive around the map, you could already tell how fast it is. But I also want to just emphasize that there's plenty of other faster vehicles if you're looking for something competitive. But as a free car, I mean, this checks off all the boxes. It has great handling. You really do not have to worry about spinning out so much. Like any other car, you do have to practice as well, especially if you're going fast through tight corners and stuff. But it just does very well with endurance. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. I hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching.